Welcome to Big D, Dallas, Texas, and the house the Pony Express built. Dickerson and James and SMU hoping to restore the glory and get things started in this one. NC State with the kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So NC State's offense takes the field. And all eyes will be on this man because he is electrifying every time he touches the ball.
I mean, so much fun to watch. Can hit home runs, can make big plays. Everything in this offense starts with that grown man.
What I really like about him, too, is he's versatile, right? He can carry the rock, he can catch the football, he's good at blocking. This guy stays on the field for a reason.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job game tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Takes a hit as he fires. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3 and outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4 and out if they don't convert. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Complete out of the backfield. Still on his feet at the 45. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. Offense working from the pistol. On the move, it's Woodside.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. The pull and throw off the RPO. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the 1st. Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. Now adjusting. He'll get rid of it. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Reeled it in and just made the house call. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
And the returner goes down. So SMU's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Well, just nothing run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Got his man quickly. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
He's going to pass. He finds his man.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. What do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be and nowhere to run.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. The Mustangs will try to pin them back with the punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. On the move, it's Walters. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
He wants to throw here on second down. Fires to the big fella. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Working that left side now. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Now on second down. And off from the shotgun. They almost got a first down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be third down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing.
They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. NC State now operating from the red zone. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Tight end finds a soft spot. Touchdown, North Carolina State! What a grab and go for the score. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big body frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Defensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. On target to the left. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. The give to the tailback. A very short pickup there, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The RPO, it's complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, he drops the throw. Trying to get to it. Never has to leave the pocket and fires over the middle. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. And that is no good. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. And the offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a...
Fires one high and deep. And it's caught inside the 25. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. This offense just gets a bolt of energy when they get a play like that. Now they're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. Keeps looking downfield. And he scurries out of bounds and wisely avoids taking the big hit.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
There to stop him after a pickup of 3. It's down to the 15. Big play to start the drive. A little tougher sense. Now a crucial third down on this drive. A little screen to the running back. Got enough space. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, NC State. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. UTEP overcame a sloppy start and just put the finishing touches on a notable road win. And to pick yourself up and dust yourself off away from El Paso, these Miners got to be thrilled with the result. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Hey, Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll throw it on first down. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays. Got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Buck. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30. And the Mustangs come to the line in the hurry-up. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that. 3rd and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Nice move there. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
When running backs square their shoulders up, it's when they have the most power. You see him square his shoulders up, break tackles, be strong, continue to plow his way forward, just making it really easy on everybody in this offense by breaking tackles.
A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. The Mustangs are rolling down the field.
Well, in a short yardage situation, they pull off an explosive play. And how about the blocking up front? Everybody getting a big-time push.
Yeah, and those 3rd and shorts, defense plays
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
That last play, the kind of thing that can mess up a really good drive. It's 2nd and 17. He's looking to throw. They'll run the screen.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it, there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Caught behind the line. It's Ortega. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs! After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step 1 to getting them back in the ballgame.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Moody. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you play a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Wolfpack will get the first down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Use the play fake, now to throw. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Back to work on 2nd and 10 from the 41 after that last incompletion. Here comes the option. Good pickup there. He gets enough for the first down.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. With jet sweep pass. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Buys a little time. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, I don't know if you want that guy outside the pocket very often because he's so fast and he can do some damage, but they did a nice job containing him. Once he left the pocket, they were ready for it, came to him, he tried to throw the football. Nice hit on the quarterback as he's throwing to force a bad pass.
The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Line gets set, 1st down.
Get the point from the board.
He's looking to throw it. Fires it incomplete.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Gets it out quickly.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. He's going to let it go. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, SMU.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a 1st down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. And the sack all the way back at the 5. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And they're going to try to convert on 4th down, 1 for 2 so far today. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Dances away from the heat. Now he'll turn one loose back to the middle. Fires and picked off. Oh, they left him grabbing. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover 1. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Pressure coming. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He's got his man. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. So they are denied a touchdown on this drive, but they'll try to put up a 3 spot before the break. The holder will put it down on the right hash, a 33-yard try. Never a doubt.
Well, they were able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would like to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession and give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. NC State will kick off to start things here in the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. And the Mustangs will hustle to the line. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. From the shotgun, the inside give. Fights off the defender. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. Fires the pass, intercepted. Didn't get a chance to show off those running skills, but he gives them the ball at the 29-yard line. The offense set for a first down play. Leaves it with the running back. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Tackled, but he has a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They'll throw it on first down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He'll pull it down and run. At the 40, there he goes. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. From the gun, the running back has it. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
Well, they get another big run for a first down, and if you're on offense, you love the way your offensive line is blocking early in this game. They're getting tremendous movement, and they're making life pretty easy for these running backs right now.
Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. With the run on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. On the option. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design.
Quarterback sneak for the touchdown. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll give it to the back. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On third down, going up top. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. The Mustangs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Got him downfield. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
And the Mustangs are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. The running back has it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, Blum making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
Got it in the middle, it's Ortega. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding, I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Fires to the middle. What a snag by the defense. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They go to the ground. Crosses the 30 to the 31 on a 6-yard pickup.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Lost to fire on second down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And he was winding his way all over the backfield, staying alive, and finally he goes down. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's third and short. Complete, out of the backfield, looking for the sticks.
When they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Trying to pick up the first, out of the backfield. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Getting some heat. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver.
And sometimes you got to know when to give it up, right? As a quarterback, you feel it. You can't hold it that second too long when bad things can really happen. You could tell the clock went off, and he was throwing that puck.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He got it. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. NC State sending the offense back onto the field, looking for a productive play on first down. He wants to throw. Zings it complete to the right. At the 45 on his way. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Extending the play. Got out of trouble and throws. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. He wants to throw it. Got it set up on the outside. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. The offense has converted just 1 time in 4 fourth down attempts, but they'll try it again. They're trying, and he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
Dude, let's go. I'm going to say this game was basically over, right? We just forced a huge play. Great job by the defense, giving their offense a chance now. Man, it looked like it was over. Now we got a chance. Offense, go down the field, stick this thing in the end zone. We can win this ball game still.
And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. This offense has a 2nd down play. After the incompletion, they go back up top. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
For the 3rd straight play, the pass falls incomplete. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Notre Dame notched a victory in enemy territory, and though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from South Bend is worth its weight in gold to the Golden Domers. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. The option look. The pitch. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the 1st down on the play.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
He's brought down when he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. 2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
Fighting off the defender. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Finds his man, they convert. And he goes down right there, but a solid pickup, and it'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. He picks picks up the first down, brought down, but not before he put that dude in a blender.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. NC State going up tempo.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
So this offense has the lead. They have the ball. They have the clock on their side and a chance perhaps to put it out of reach. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Well, 2 things you're thinking about here offensively is, 1, you want to take as much time off the clock. But 2, you really want to score another touchdown and make this a 2-possession game. You could almost ice it.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolfpack. That'll give him a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the 4th. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to have to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets hyped. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
Out of the backfield, he's open. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Trying to find his man on first down. Coming after him. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on first down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on second down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Stands in and takes the hit. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Ready to fire from the pistol. Makes the grab on the shuffle. And he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking for a crease, it's Woodside. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. They'll run it on the counter. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Unloads to the wideout. This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed.
Let's go. Talk about having 1 foot in the grave. This was almost over. They're up by 2 possessions in the 4th quarter, and they got the football. Thank goodness they're choosing to throw the football, not run the clock. Man, we needed that pick. Now it's the offense's turn to go out and make something happen.
The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. They're facing a third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And a sack all the way back at the 5. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it and they convert. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late. Offense in an empty set. On second down, just keeps firing. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on third and long. Feeling some heat. Another incompletion on third down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now through the play caller and certainly through the quarterback. You're going to have time to throw.
With the clock running, this should be the final play. These corners going to give them some space. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play.